to the Newcomers.
Hello and welcome to another Boroshin's Retrospectives, this time covering Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, the Newcomers for Neo Geo, AES and MVS, made by SNK in 1998. And to me, this is a sort of sleeper hit made by SNK that doesn't really get talked about because it's the game before Garou. It's the 7th game in the Fatal Fury series, as you would have seen from that intro, which I love, by the way. I love how, if you didn't hear that in the arcades, I don't know what the hell, because it's fucking loud. That shit is loud. And that, trust me, I didn't boost the volume. That is just how it is. I love how it actually has two intros. That one you saw with Li Xiongfei there. Both the Newcomers, Li Xiongfei and Rick Stroud, both have like an intro, so it's kind of random which one you get. But I like the Xiongfei one. I love her doing her shoulder, the mountain breaker. But yeah, I think it's a sleeper hit. It's one of these games that, because Garou came out the year after, and it's kind of like that game is so well respected, the people kind of don't think about this game, and yet I actually think it's really, really good. And I really think people should try it out. And I'm going to get into why you should try it out right now, because this game has a lot of stuff in it. Mechanics. There are a lot of mechanics in this game. Basically, the game works, it's 4-button fire like all Neo Geo fighters, because it has only 4 buttons on the controller. But it's a little different to, say, something like KOF. Basically, you have A as your punch, B as your kick. C, they call it, I can't remember, some sort of stupid name, but it's basically heavy attack. I forget what they call it, it's really dumb. Jolt something. But yeah, it's basically a heavy attack. Imagine it's just a button that's heavy attack. And then D is your lane switch button. Once again, the lane system returns from previous Fatal Fury games. Basically, the sway lane allows you to dip in and out of the actual main combat, where all the actual fighting's going on. So say you're across the screen from the opponent and they're just throwing the hell out of fireballs at you, and you as a new player do not know how to sort of navigate the screen. For example, as you may have noticed, I'm playing Geese. Geese's fireball is hella good in this game because he has like 2 special moves, and it's crazy. So you can use the sway lane to get around that, because you hop into the background and you can dash about and then come in with an attack. Different attacks to do different things. So the A is like a hopping overhead, the B is like a sliding in low, and the C is like a slower attack that hits harder. And it also usually allows you to actually get combos off of it. The opponent can counter this by, if they see you in the sway lane and they're not doing anything, say they've been throwing fireballs and then they see you hop into the sway lane, I can stop, wait for you to, if you come near me, I can press D, and D, because you're in the sway lane, I can't go into the sway lane. It makes it so that it becomes like a sway lane attack. And so I can knock you back into the main lane with a standing D, and then I can actually get a combo. I can special cancel that usually into actually some damage, which is nice. Or I can do a down D for like a sweep, sweeps you into the main lane. Which is actually allows you to counter the thing, where I said you could do like a sliding low. If I do the standing D, usually the sliding low goes under it. The hitbox is high, so the sliding low actually goes under it. So if I think you're going to do the low, I have to do the low to counter it, sort of thing, as well. Which allows an interesting thing, sort of an interesting kind of mix-up to the sway lane. And I actually really like the sway lane system, it's quite fun. You'll see on this stage, for example, this stage is a one-line battle. So you can't actually be knocked, you can't go into the sway lane here. If you actually get knocked, certain attacks send you into the sway lane. So for example, my back B, the sort of spinning kick, advancing kick, which you'll see me do a lot with Geese, because it's quite a good move. When it hit the Yamazaki, it would have actually knocked him into the electric fence. And you can actually get combos off of this. There's like stage-specific combos in this game, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so that's the sway lane. That's like the main mechanic of the game. Other than that, important mechanics are chain combos. Every character can do like chain combos, but it's not quite like something like Marvel vs. Capcom. You don't have like a standard magic series where you go like light, heavy. That doesn't exist. Each character's chain combos are unique to that character. There might be certain ones that overlap, but the vast majority of them are completely unique. So you kind of have to experiment seeing what cancels into what chain combos are special cancelable and things like that. And but it's really nice. The chain combos feel really sort of I don't know, tight, and they very snappy. They feel good. And then one of the other really important kind of not even really a mechanic this, but kind of just the way the game has been designed, is every character can do like feint special moves, so they can fake them. So for example, Geese can fake both Rebuken, his fireball, and Raging Storm, his super. And this allows you to do some pretty crazy stuff, because you can do a chain combo and then cancel into that fake special move and then do another chain combo, because that fake special move is so quick. It's hard to do. I don't really do it here at all, because I've tried to learn how to do these things, but it requires a lot of practice. And on the standard Neo Geo version that I'm playing here on an emulator to record this, there's no training mode, so I couldn't practice. The only practice essentially I got to learn these combos was in the arcade mode, which obviously, as you may be aware from previous watching of SNK games, SNK CPU, even on lower difficulties, is still particularly brutal and very input greedy. So I kind of just had to figure it out as I went. I just know if you look up some combo videos for this game, which there are actually quite a few on YouTube, you'll see some crazy stuff. It's very exciting. But yeah, so that's like the main mechanics. There's a few others. You can recover when you're knocked down by pressing D. You can flip around in the air by pressing D as well, so you can make kind of any move a cross up. And also, when you've got that H power, you might be noticing what the hell that is. H power and above, you can do break shots, which are essentially guard cancels or alpha counters. And then when you get into S power, you can perform your super special move, and if you're low on life and have S power, it becomes P power, and you could do that, what I just did. The potential power, which characters can have one or two of, and that, for example, was Rashomon, the command grab for Geese, and it does a hell of a lot of damage. Geese can also do Deadly Rave. I don't do it here because I can't remember all the inputs for Deadly Rave, because it's about 20 inputs long. But yeah, it's such a mechanically quite deep fighting game, and it's so fast and intense that I really like it. I really like how it feels. I really like how it plays. There's lots of fun stuff to be found with each character, and each character feels very distinct from one another. For example, one of the interesting things is they take someone like Geese. Geese doesn't have, in this game, he literally has Rebuken and like his counters, and that's basically it, like special move wise. But yeah, he actually feels like a full character. He has like these chain combos and whatnot, but he doesn't have like Ken or Fudoken, which he has in other like KOF games and Fatal Fury games. It doesn't really matter, because he still can combat. They obviously buffed up his fireball considerably for this, because his fireball is ridiculous in this game. But obviously you have the lane switch system. Here you see Li Xiongfei, who's one of the new characters that was added in the game, and once again another one-line battle stage, so you can actually be like knocked into those cars and things like that, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's they did some really nice work with the characters. I think all the sprites are gorgeous, actually. I really enjoyed the sprites and how they look. But yeah, presentation, I think I'll get onto that, because as I mentioned, the sprites, I love how this game looks. Particularly like all the menus, like the character select, things like that, and the character portraits that you'll see on like the versus screen, and they get in the ring kind of thing. It's kind of almost a precursor to the Tekken get ready for the next battle thing. But I really enjoy that, and I think particularly the character select portraits really portray the characters really well. When you think about it, this was an arcade game. Someone who they don't expect you to have played necessarily a previous Fatal Fury or KOF game. You don't have to know who these characters are. You need that impression of what that character's about, what that character is like. You look at Geese's portrait, you see that arrogance. You know who this guy is. You already know. You don't even need to. You already get the impression of the kind of character this dude is. You might not know what special moves and things he can do, but I don't know. I think those character select portraits are really nice. They really portray the character quite well. Characters quite well. Other than that, I think the sprite's beautiful. I love the stages of all the characters. I think. Oh, there it was. I knocked Lee Chongfei into the car with my back B. So yeah, you can do some crazy stuff combo-wise though with that, because it does put them in the juggle states. So certain things do juggle. So you can probably. I wouldn't be surprised if you could do like back B, hit them into the car, and then do like Raging Storm. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Here I'll go on to play Rick Stroud, who is one of the new characters, who's actually a bit of a favourite of mine. I very much enjoy this character. I like his style. He's very quick, fast, got lots of sort of duck and weave moves, can bob in and out. Actually feels kind of not like Dudley really. No, I wouldn't say he's like Dudley. I guess he's closer to like Dudley than Balrog if you're going to compare him to like a Street Fighter boxer, but very quick and nimble. A lot of his moveset actually kind of went to Vanessa in KOF, which is probably why he hasn't appeared in anything else, because you just rather have Vanessa, which I totally can understand. I too like Vanessa a lot, but there are certain things that only Rick Stroud does that Vanessa never got, which is kind of sad because he is cool. I like him. I personally like his design a lot. But yeah, this game overall, I love the music. The vast majority of the music is carried over from Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, the previous game in the series, as the 20 characters of the cast are the same as they were in the previous game. However, that music's really good, so I don't really care, to be honest. Because, like for example, Blue Mary, who you're fighting here, if any of you have played KOF 97, 98, you'll probably recognise this theme. This theme is exactly the same as those games. Blue Mary's Blues, the classic that it is preserved here. But yeah, if you want to play this game, there's a couple of different routes you can go to about playing it. If you're playing on PC, mainly for your fighting games, I just recommend getting an emulator, getting Fightcade. You can find a ROM in some fashion and boot it up and have some fun. And obviously you might be able to get some games on Fightcade online. If you're playing on PS4 though, I would actually recommend you get Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2. I know that was a long title. Basically it's a compilation for PS2 that was re-released on PS4 that contains Real Bout Fatal Fury, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, and Real Bout Fatal Fury 2. The cool thing about this is, while it doesn't have any online play or anything like that, it does have a practice mode, and it's a decent practice mode. It's not terrible. It also fixes some issues with the Neo Geo versions, which is noticeably, you'll see with Rick, when I do my P power, where he like punches the hell out of the air, he goes all ham on it, and then finishes it off with like sort of almost like a wave projectile kind of thing. You'll notice the game slows down. There's lots of slowdown here and there where they've pushed the Neo Geo. This isn't just the emulation, this is actually how it happens on the Neo Geo. The PS2 port fixes this. It actually makes it so that there's no slowdown, which is good, because it makes it look a lot more fluid. While the slowdown can kind of add a slight dramatic nature to it, it also doesn't look amazing. So, yeah, it fixes that, which is nice. But yeah, the PS2 port, it's also the PS2 port's got the arranged soundtracks, which I know a lot of people are big fans of. I too am a big fan. Those CD quality soundtracks, new arrangements essentially of the themes, they're pretty good. And then it also has like a colour edit mode, so you can make your own colours for the characters. And that's across all the games, all 3 games. You can do custom colours, which I think is really awesome. I always have enjoyed, particularly in the previous game I covered, CVS2, where you could do custom colours. It's a very fun feature. No, I always enjoy making, because it means you can make some really stupid looking and also awesome looking custom colours for your characters. So I'd recommend that if you're going to play on PS4. I bought it on my PS4. I didn't even know it was on PS4 until a couple of days ago. Instantly bought it. I've been playing it quite a bit. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fantastic game. For instance, that's a satisfying combo. Jump in C, BB, close BB, C into P power, forward, back, half circle forward. See, there's a nice combo. That's basic. That's basic stuff. If you look at some combo videos with Rick in this game, there is some advanced stuff because his fake move, where he sort of just ducks slightly, is so quick. It allows him to do some really. He can basically, I think he can do like chain combo, fake, chain combo, fake, chain combo, and then cancel, and you can still like that's crazy. The damage is so high. If you have the executional skill, you can really push the boundaries of what you can do in this game, which I like. I like the fact that even at sort of lower level, the damage feels high because it's got that sort of multi-layered health bar. So it always feels like even singular hits are doing quite a lot of damage. But if you play the game a lot, you can really push it. There's a few negatives with the game as well. This game has like no story essentially at all, which is unusual for a Fatal Fury game. I think it's basically because it's just kind of like an add-on almost to Fatal Fury Special. It just has like, you beat the game and then you just get some like pictures of your character. No text or anything. Just like 3 little pictures in a circle. And you get like the congratulations with your character posing in the middle, like, yeah, I did it, sort of thing. It's like, that's a bit disappointing, because Fatal Fury does actually have a decent story. It's not terrible. It makes some cohesive sense. Admittedly, by this point, geese and stuff should be dead, but we'll ignore that. Weirdly enough, as a little side tangent, the other reason why you might want to play the PS2 version is the character Alfred Airhawk, who is a secret boss in this game. I didn't get to a point where I could face Alfred Airhawk because he's quite hard to get. Who was playable in the port of Real Bout Fatal Fury Special on the PS1, I think, which had like cutscenes and shit, or like animated bits in it. And he was kind of like the main character of the port, which was a bit bizarre. He's not playable in the Neo Geo version. He's not busted or anything. He's not like broken. He's not really like a boss character at all. But he isn't playable at all. You can't even buy like some sort of cheat code. You can't play him. In the PS2 port of the game, via a sort of cheat code on the game select screen, you can play him, which is nice because he's quite an interesting character. All things considered, even makes a cameo appearance in King of Fighters 2002 on the Italy stage on the beach. He's just standing there in the background, cheering along, which is kind of nice. He's a character that I'm surprised hasn't. I guess he's a bit bizarre, but I'm surprised he hasn't made a return at any point. But yeah, what is it? I thought basically should really just sum up. The reason why I covered this game was because I was just playing it, and I was like, man, this game's good. People need to learn it. People need to know about this game because it's really fun. So I would recommend do give it a shot if possible. Because it's a good game. It's fair. I hope to play some games with some people at the local in this. Even just allow them to play. I don't care if I'm not playing. I just want to see people playing it because it's a fun game. And I don't like the feeling that it might be kind of like overshadowed slightly by Garou, because Garou I love. I really enjoy that game, but there's stuff in this game that you can't do in Garou, which is nice. But yeah, I just also wanted to get another one of these out because otherwise I'm gonna probably end up going a month before I even do another one, even though I enjoy making them. So make sure to keep making these. I'll open it up for any recommendations of what people would like to see from the next one. I know there's quite a few fighting game series I haven't covered. I haven't done a Soul Calibur. I haven't done a Virtua Fighter. I haven't done a Samurai Showdown. And there's numerous fighting game series I haven't done. So Mortal Kombat as well. I haven't done Mortal Kombat at all. So if you want to put your recommendations in the comments, feel free. And basically, I'll see you next time.